Hello, welcome to Hated or Love It Movie Reviews. I went out and I saw Toy Story 5. Did I love it? Did I hate it? Does this Toy Story franchise still bring on the feels? We'll find out today. Let's go. Hello guys, it's your boy Jeremiah The Revelous. Here is a new day, it's a new review. Don't forget to subscribe to your boy for movie reviews. And today I'm going to be reviewing Toy Story 5. So Toy Story 5, the fifth installment of the Toy Story franchise. Wow, it's been going on for many years. And now we got this one. This time, Bonnie, she's the main character. And also Jessie is the main toy in this movie. The problem with this is now technology. Now we got this iPad called the Lily Pad, and now the toys are afraid it's the end of the toys and on to technology. And you know what I loved about the Toy Story franchise? I grew up with the Toy Story franchise. Toy Story 1, when I watched that when I was a kid, it really brought out my childhood. And watching the Toy Story movies is from 1 to 3, it's like watching myself grow up. And now, since we got, and then 4 and 5 is now I'm watching my daughter grow up. So it really holds a nice spot in my heart. You know what I mean? And now you got this one, Jessie is now the main character of the movie. And I gotta say, this movie is really good. I really like this movie because one thing about Toy Story is they know how to take your childhood and also reality, things that are going on in life, and put it in a movie that's not just for kids. It's a family-friendly movie, you know what I'm saying? Where adults love these films and also kids love these films, you know what I'm saying? And the whole story about technology, because nowadays everybody got iPads and playing all these games, and they're not really playing with their toys. They're not having that imagination. Because I remember when I was a kid, here we go, right? When I was a kid, I used to play with my toys all the time. Love playing with toys. But then when video games came out, I played video games a lot with my friends and everything, but I still played with toys. You know what I'm saying? We used to go to each other's houses and play with all these toys because I didn't have all the toys. Sometimes my friends had the toys that I liked, and we all played, and we all had an imagination, and then later we would play video games. So we both had a balance of playtime outside and with friends and all that stuff to playing video games. Nowadays, and this movie shows it where, kids, all they do is on that iPad all the time. And they're not going out, they're not playing, they're not enjoying imagination. They're not showing their imagination. And that's what shows in this movie. They don't make it that technology is bad. Technology could be used for a lot of good things. It's just that if you don't parent it, if you don't pay attention to your kids and show them that there's other things more than the iPad, they're going to be like zombies, And that's what was good about the balance. And I see, in this movie, Jessie, she's the main character in this movie. She's running everything because, Woody, he left in the 4th movie, but he comes back to help. And Buzz and Woody are more of that supporting role. But it makes sense, though, because I feel like this story itself hits Jessie a lot more, and it goes with Jessie a lot more than you would to have with Buzz and Woody. But you cannot have a Toy Story without Buzz and Woody, though. You know what I'm saying? They have to be in there. And they're great together like always, you know what I'm saying? When, Woody comes back to help with Jessie to defeat the technology, Buzz and Woody, they have this bickering against each other, who is the main helper and all that stuff. And it's fun to see them together. It makes the movie fun, And it has a lot of heart. And I also like it when they go into imagination mode, where how you see the toys almost acting out certain things, certain plots and stuff like that to movies and stuff. And it's just like how we were kids. I used to do the same thing, and it was cool to see that. And there's this one toy that really stood out to me, Smarty Pants. Smarty Pants was very funny. He was very funny. Him and Jessie, when they first meet and they're first bickering because she hates technology, it was great. It was gold. Like, it was so much fun. And there was another thing in the movie about all these Buzz Lightyears, which at first I thought it was a waste of time of the movie. I thought it was like, why they have this? Like, it doesn't make any sense. But then when it reaches closer to like the end, like, it kind of makes sense after a while. So it didn't bother me as much. At first it did. But then after a while, once you finally get the sense of it, it made perfect sense. This movie does bring on the feels. It does. Because, it deals with cyberbullying also. Because, you got Bonnie. She loves playing with toys. She likes being imaginative. But the thing is that these kids, they think toys are for babies. Now the whole thing is the iPad and, who is popular, who could play like all these games. So you get the sense of like, you feel bad for Bonnie because Bonnie feels like when you were a kid and then you loved playing with toys and then people got out of playing with toys and then you felt like, oh, I don't play with toys no more because you want to be just like them. Which this movie also shows that you don't have to be like the other people. And Bonnie herself, she reminds me of my daughter. Has so much imagination and how she plays. Because when I look at her, I look at myself, how I used to play with toys. And she does the same exact thing. And she has lots of imagination going into it. And having those elements in that movie, they know what the assignment is. They wait until they get a good story and they make a great movie. And I find this movie was very great. The animation was great. Everything about what's going on is so relatable. That's why this movie is so good. And that's why this franchise, I gotta say, is the best franchise of all times. One of the best franchises of all times. Let me rephrase that. One of the best franchises of all times. So what do I rate this movie? Is it a love? Is it a hate? Or is it something in between? Well, I'm going to give it a love. That's right, I give it a love. I really did love this movie. I think this movie was great. If you're a fan of the Toy Story films, you're going to love this movie. I think it's very relatable, especially for people that are parents. I think it hits me more because I'm a dad. And, seeing how my daughter grows up with toys is just how I grew up with toys. So it's like, it's just something that like really gets to me. It does. I'm sorry. It gets to me, all right? But yeah, I will advise you, go check it out. It's a great movie. Even if you're a fan, if you even have kids, even if you're a parent, check this out. It really teaches you lessons. So like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you thought about Toy Story 5. Did you love it? Did you hate it, or was something in between? Let me know. And also let me know what's your favorite Toy Story movie. Yeah? My two favorite Toy Story movies are Toy Story 3 and the original Toy Story. And also don't forget to subscribe to your boy. Trying to get 500 subscribers. Help a boy out. I really appreciate, and I really appreciate y'all. And then have a good one, and I'll see you when I see you. Peace.